Hey, 49ers fans. Today we're diving into everything you need to know heading into one of the most anticipated matchups of the season. The San Francisco offense has been firing on all cylinders, with the quarterback touching the ball on virtually every play and consistently producing highlight-worthy moments. Christian McCaffrey has been phenomenal, carrying the ball with authority and making plays out of the backfield. But the real key story revolves around Trent Williams. When he's on the field, the 49ers are nearly unstoppable. The numbers speak for themselves. Every time Williams suits up, the team posts a record of 61 wins and 32 losses, including playoff games. Without him, the numbers tell a very different story. Only 4 wins against 13 losses. It's clear how crucial his presence is, especially against a team like the Eagles that has demonstrated dominance in the trenches. The Eagles' defensive line is formidable, and their offensive front is equally capable of creating problems for San Francisco. Losing key players like Nick Bosa and Melvin Ingram puts extra pressure on the 49ers line, making Trent Williams' availability even more critical. At 37 years old, he's playing with a hamstring that demands caution, yet his physicality and ability to operate in space are unmatched. His skill elevates everyone around him on the offensive line, a fact made painfully clear in the last game against Seattle, where the 49ers were exposed in his absence. Austin Pleasance, making his first career start, struggled under the spotlight, highlighting just how vital Williams is for the team's success. His leadership and talent set a standard that reverberates across the entire offensive unit. Meanwhile, the wide receiver core faces its own uncertainty. Ricky Barrios' PCL injury is particularly concerning, as this ligament plays a critical role in stabilizing the knee during the plant and cut motions essential to a receiver's game. He missed significant time earlier this season, and any re-aggravation could sideline him for weeks. Even though he was seen running on the practice field, it was straight-line jogging, far from game-intensity movements or route running. The injury front could have significant ripple effects on the team's offensive efficiency, making the ground game and pass protection even more crucial. Looking at the Eagles, their health and consistency have been remarkable. Under Nick Sirianni, they've been one of the most durable teams in the league, maintaining nearly all of their starters throughout the season and playoffs. In both the Super Bowl runs of 2022 and 2024, the majority of their opening day starters were available and performing at peak levels, a testament to their organizational philosophy and medical protocols. This attention to detail, from training to practice management, creates a team that consistently arrives in the postseason in optimal condition. Players like Andrew McCabe, Nico Dean, and Lane Johnson have returned to full health, while the roster continues to remain strong and well-managed. Their systematic approach to injury prevention contrasts sharply with the injury struggles that have plagued the 49ers under Kyle Shanahan since 2017. The differences between the two teams are stark, and the contrast is not merely luck or coincidence. Strength and conditioning, athletic training, recovery practices, and even practice intensity play massive roles. The 49ers' methods have been criticized for being too aggressive, with training techniques and stretching routines that are unconventional compared to other NFL teams. While these approaches align with their physical, hard-hitting style, the toll on player health is evident. Injuries are not new to the 49ers, and every season, the team faces setbacks that influence performance. It raises questions about organizational philosophy, from the leadership of strength and conditioning staff to how players are prepared physically for games and practice. The balance between maintaining a physical identity and protecting player longevity remains a key issue. Contrastingly, the Eagles take a measured, player-focused approach. Their practices are designed to be effective but not unnecessarily punishing. They limit full-contact drills, manage workload intelligently, and focus on maximizing practice efficiency while preserving player health. Their system emphasizes peak performance late in the season, a strategy that has clearly paid dividends. The result is a roster that remains healthy and ready for the playoffs year after year. This careful orchestration of training, recovery, and practice has become a hallmark of the Eagles' culture, allowing them to maintain consistency where other teams, including the 49ers, have struggled. Turning to coaching matchups, the battle between Kyle Shanahan and Vic Fangio adds another compelling layer to this game. Shanahan, recognized as one of the premier offensive minds in football, faces Fangio, a defensive coordinator widely regarded as a strategic mastermind. Shanahan's record against Fangio has been difficult. Across 4 matchups, his teams averaged just over 10 points per game, never reaching 15 points in any single contest. Fangio's defenses are adaptive, versatile, and disciplined, capable of changing schemes week to week depending on the opponent. He sequences plays expertly, mixes zone and man coverage, and strategically deploys blitzes to maximize pressure. Fangio's preparation is meticulous, and his ability to read and counter Shanahan's offense has historically created significant challenges for the 49ers. The Eagles' defense, under Fangio, is among the league's elite. They lead in opponent points per game, defensive efficiency, and several other key metrics, holding adversaries under 300 yards per game on average. Their dominance has only increased since key acquisitions and the trade deadline, adding depth to their pass rush and overall defensive versatility. Every player on the field is leveraged strategically, and the system emphasizes strength, discipline, and adaptability. The challenge for the 49ers will be navigating this pressure, particularly in the trenches. Success will likely hinge on their ability to run effectively, protect the quarterback, and create space for their playmakers to operate. Without a healthy Trent Williams, the task becomes exponentially harder, leaving the offensive line vulnerable to a fierce and well-coordinated Eagles front. For the 49ers, the path forward is clear but difficult. Christian McCaffrey's impact will be critical, both in carrying the load on the ground and providing options in the passing game. Play design, clock management, and exploiting favorable matchups will be essential. Shanahan's creativity and offensive scheme can create opportunities, particularly if the team can establish a rhythm in the running game. Controlling the clock, keeping the Eagles' offense off the field, and leveraging play action will be key strategies. Yet, the margin for error is slim, as Philadelphia's defensive front is disciplined, fast, and capable of dictating the line of scrimmage. The outcome will likely be decided in the trenches, where every block, every adjustment, and every play call can shift momentum. The stakes could not be higher, and the narrative surrounding health, preparation, coaching acumen, and execution all intersect in this matchup. The Eagles' organizational approach to player health and the strategic brilliance of Fangio present formidable obstacles. Meanwhile, the 49ers' physical talent, dynamic offensive scheme, and the potential return of key players offer hope and excitement for fans. How San Francisco navigates these challenges, whether through effective ground attack, innovative play, calling, or resilience in the face of pressure, will define their performance. Every snap, every adjustment, and every play matters as the two teams collide in what promises to be an intense, tactical, and hard-fought battle on the gridiron. As we move further into the analysis, the importance of matchup details becomes even more apparent. The Eagles' defensive line has shown an ability to dominate the point of attack, especially against teams that struggle with pass protection. For the 49ers, the challenge is multifaceted. They need to establish a credible running game while also giving the quarterback the time to make reads and deliver passes. Brock Purdy's performance in this matchup will be closely tied to how effectively the offensive line can handle Philadelphia's front. Every gap, every technique, and every assignment must be executed at a high level because the Eagles' defense has the experience, the coaching, and the talent to exploit even the smallest misstep. Christian McCaffrey's role cannot be overstated. He is not just a runner, but a versatile weapon in the passing game, often creating mismatches out of the backfield. His ability to make defenders miss, to pick up key yards after contact, and to catch passes in stride will be critical to keeping the Eagles' defense honest. The ground game must complement the passing attack. Without it, the offense becomes one-dimensional, and Fangio's defense excels at capitalizing on predictability. Establishing McCaffrey as a focal point early could allow the 49ers to open lanes for other playmakers and potentially create the space necessary for big plays downfield. Pass protection is equally crucial. Brock Purdy will need time in the pocket to scan the field and find openings. The Eagles' front seven has shown the ability to generate pressure both through traditional pass rush and disguise schemes, mixing stunts and blitzes to confuse offensive linemen. If Trent Williams is available, he will be a stabilizing factor, offering both technical skill and leadership to guide the line through adjustments. Without him, the responsibility falls on younger or less experienced players to fill a gap that has historically proven critical. The challenge for the 49ers will be maintaining composure under pressure, adjusting on the fly, and finding rhythm in a high-stakes environment. Another fascinating element is the contrast in team philosophies regarding physicality and player management. The Eagles, with their carefully orchestrated practice schedules, prioritize long-term health while maintaining physicality in key moments. They balance intensity with preservation, allowing players to peak at the right time and minimize injuries. The 49ers, by contrast, embrace a more aggressive, high-intensity style during training, which aligns with their brand of physical football but may contribute to recurring injuries. Shanahan's system emphasizes toughness and endurance, but also requires careful monitoring to prevent wear and tear from affecting key players during critical games. This philosophical difference becomes more than just an abstract idea. It directly influences the performance on the field, especially in a matchup where depth, stamina, and resilience are tested. Looking at the Eagles' defensive versatility, it's clear that Vic Fangio has created a unit capable of adapting to almost any scenario. His defensive schemes are complex, with multiple fronts, varied coverage schemes, and a readiness to adjust in real time based on offensive tendencies. He studies opponents meticulously and sequences plays to exploit tendencies, making it exceptionally difficult for opposing offenses to find consistency. Shanahan's creativity will be tested at every turn, requiring quick adjustments, audibles, and reliance on playmakers to create separation and generate yardage. The chess match at the line of scrimmage, combined with strategic decisions from the sidelines, ensures that every play carries weight and potential consequences. The 49ers' offensive strategy will likely focus on a balanced attack. If the running game can gain traction, it opens opportunities for play-action passes, which are particularly effective against disciplined defensive units like Philadelphia's. This dynamic creates tension for defenders, forcing them to hesitate, readjust, and react, potentially creating windows for receivers and backs to exploit. Yet, achieving this balance is far from simple. The Eagles' defensive line has both the athleticism and the coaching acumen to neutralize runs, collapse pockets, and limit the effectiveness of play action. Success for San Francisco hinges on executing each phase of the game plan flawlessly, from line calls to route timing, to create the necessary separation and maintain offensive momentum. On the flip side, Philadelphia's offense benefits from a roster that has remained largely intact throughout the season. Their continuity allows for precise execution, well-coordinated blocking schemes, and synchronization between linemen and skill players. This cohesion creates pressure for San Francisco's defense to anticipate and react quickly. Any breakdown, misalignment, or missed assignment could be exploited by a well-coached Eagles unit that excels at finding gaps and exploiting mismatches. The battle is as much mental as it is physical, as both teams will be attempting to outthink, outmaneuver, and out-execute each other on every snap. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. San Francisco 49ers fans are on edge as reports emerge of a brewing internal storm that could shake the roster to its core. Sources close to the team suggest that head coach Kyle Shanahan has reportedly demanded the exit of star wide receiver Deebo Samuel following a string of internal controversies that have reportedly rattled the locker room. While the exact nature of the dispute remains shrouded in secrecy, insiders hint that tensions between Samuel and the coaching staff have reached a tipping point, with Shanahan allegedly growing frustrated with what he perceives as disruptive behavior. Deebo Samuel has been a cornerstone of the 49ers offense, celebrated for his versatility and explosive playmaking ability. Yet, even players of his caliber are not immune to clashes behind the scenes. The whispers from within Levi's Stadium suggest that Samuel's influence in the locker room, combined with the high expectations of a championship-contending team, may have created a friction that Shanahan believes could undermine team cohesion. While some analysts caution against jumping to conclusions, the speculation has already sparked intense debate among fans and pundits alike. Questions swirl about whether the 49ers are willing to part with one of their most dynamic offensive weapons to restore harmony, or if this is merely a tactical negotiation aimed at reasserting control over the team's culture. Social media has lit up with reactions, ranging from calls for Samuel's immediate departure to pleas for patience, as many emphasize that off-field drama should not overshadow on-field talent. The rumor mill has also ignited chatter about potential trade destinations for Samuel, with multiple franchises reportedly monitoring the situation closely. Teams in need of a game-changing wideout might view this as an unexpected opportunity to acquire a proven star, while the 49ers management could be weighing whether moving Samuel aligns with long-term strategic goals or risks alienating the fan base. At this stage, no official statement has confirmed the reports, leaving fans and commentators in suspense. One thing appears certain: the 49ers locker room is under intense scrutiny, and how the organization navigates this alleged rift could define the team's trajectory in the coming seasons. The saga of Deebo Samuel and Kyle Shanahan has quickly become one of the NFL's most talked-about storylines, and its resolution could reshape perceptions of leadership, talent, and loyalty in San Francisco. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.